And we're back. Another episode of Savoir Brooklyn Podcast. You know who I am. I had to round up the home slices. Pardon me while I count this money. Okay. Props only. It's your boy P and L. It's your boy P and L. We just manifesting. We doing our visual board.
Manifest.
It's our visual board for 2024. Okay. Who else we got with us today?
It's Jazzy.
Hi, Jazzy. Oh my God, guys. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. It's Hatshepsut.
Here we go, man. We in Black Room Studios. We got Chris Sam behind the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s.
Hi, Sam. We missed you. The
Yeah,
nostalgia.
Right. We got the Savoir Brooklyn Cups.
Okay, please.
Just restocked again for the 5th time.
Please go get
Keep
one.
your beverage cold every time.
And in style.
You put coffee in this. Keep your beverage hot or cold. Or mild. Or mid like your rappers. But yeah, man, we wanted to come back together and kind of recap 2023, spring into 2024 on a super high note. And I think what better place to start than with our Hisanor, the mayor, Eric, is it D Adams, S Adams? Whatever. Adams, come to the pulpit, bro.
How much longer do we have?
We got like 2 more years.
Really?
Of his first term.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yikes. Okay.
Because I'm asking politicians, and they like, who gonna run against him?
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe Cuomo, Wiley. There's no strong candidate to go against him. But we said in episode 73, as Jazzy pointed out, that this would happen. 2 years ago, we said this is what was going to happen. He was going to win and then revert to all cop shit, right? Like, I don't hate cops. We don't hate cops. No. But what we would love is for people in the middle class that voted for that man to actually get the benefit of some of his stuff, right? Like, you can't say we're a sanctuary city. Mm-hmm. Let's welcome the migrants. Shout out to migrants. And then say, wait, you welcome the migrants, so now we're cutting mad shit out of the budget, like your services. Those two things are an opposite to me. It doesn't make any sense. So I didn't have a choice in welcome the migrants, but I still did. And now you're saying,
It's the point.
and now you're saying, because you welcomed them, we're cutting mad money out of the budget and shit I care about. You cutting libraries, services,
parks.
You cutting park services. I think they cut a little bit of sanitation, but not crazy.
Well, I mean, I think the cuts to some of those institutions impacts their ability to afford sanitation.
Right? So it's just like, then you're saying the NYPD budget is largely unimpacted, but y'all spent $155 million on overtime to only collect $130,000 in fare beating revenue. Mm-hmm. And crime hasn't plummeted in the subways. But what I have seen skyrocket is folks in uniform playing Subway Surfer. I wanted to make sense. Shout out to all my cop friends, because I know you're going to see this and be like, yo, bro, why? I'm just asking, like, nobody's saying to defund the NYPD.
Mm-hmm. Who's going to say that?
No. We didn't say that, we saying that.
I mean, they could do it less fun.
I'm just saying, that $155 million...
They could do it.
Y'all could give up 60-ish and keep libraries open. Because what I realized in talking to people is that, some people go to the library to do their resumes. Yeah. That's their internet access.
Yeah.
Right? For some kids, that's their get out the house.
That's facts.
Right? And to cut things like HPD, and I'm just like, the cuts don't make any sense, but then you're vetoing bills that actually matter. So the transparency bill where the cops got to record more information from stops, you're saying that'll impede my cops from doing their jobs. Here's the thing, buddy. Those are my cops too, because I pay their salaries. And the more transparency, the better. The less transparency is only going to invite more bullshit. Because, okay, we got rid of stop and frisk, but the niggas in tan khakis be doing the most.
He said the khaki.
The tan khaki niggas be doing the most. At all times.
Oh my gosh, khakis are never a good sign.
At all times. I can't wear khakis anymore.
Khakis are never a good sign.
It's the tan khaki. See, I got like the army color khaki. I got like forest green.
Right.
I got like burnt orange. These niggas got like tan.
Yeah.
The tan khakis. in a tight ass shirt and a look at me, I'm a cop. Chill, right?
You know, of all the years, because one thing I remark, and it might not be directly related to Mr. Adams, but the fact that I can always tell the cop in the train station, there isn't an image consultant or nobody on payroll.
You be playing.
No.
if they said hat chef suit, would you be our image consultant? Would
Bruh, I mean, not
get
for
rid
nothing.
of the Timbs and Yankee fitteds.
Yeah, please, no more
like switch it up.
You got to.
All the white boys
Maybe
is like John
some
Cena.
Supreme. Maybe throw some Supreme in
Maybe.
there.
All
You
the
know
white
what?
boys-
I can't be giving them. I can't give them any ideas to blend in more.
All
You
the
know
white cops
what?
look
What
like
am I
John Cena.
saying?
They do. I mean, and they're still doing wristbands and like
It's the color of the day.
sweatbands
So
and stuff.
history with P&L real quick. Sorry to jump right into it.
No, it's cool.
But history with P&L. Right. One of my favorite rappers,
Sorry, I was
Shay Davis. I know you slightly rusty on it, but it's
I
okay.
know.
It's
It's
okay.
been so long.
I just jumped
It's history with P&L. It's history with P&L. Sorry.
So, one of my favorite rappers from Smack DVD, Shay Davis.
Okay.
This is kind of bad, but whatever. This happened one time ago. Like 9/4, he had a shootout with the cops at 53rd Street and 6th Avenue on the 6th train. No, it was 60.
Wait, this is block history with
No.
P&L.
No.
I thought he was about to be speaking about American history.
The fact is, just stay with
Okay.
me. Stay with me.
We're here.
Okay, all right.
51st Street on the 6th train, which is 53rd Street or something like that
Yeah.
on the
East Side.
on the E&M. Yeah. So he got into a shootout with the cops on the platform.
Over there?
Yeah, and like 9/4, and one of the undercover cops wasn't wearing the cutout of the day, so he got shot by another cop. It was friendly fire. So that's why they stressed the wearing of the color of the day.
They
Right.
would have still shot him. Was he black?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
that didn't help. That didn't.
So Shay Davis didn't get shot. A cop shot a cop.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
A white cop shot a black cop. And
Because he wasn't wearing the color of the day.
the image consultant was the cops I know that do on the cover.
Woo!
He was like, "Yo, bro, I snatched the dude." He was like, "Yo, you a cop?" Because it's a dude dressed in Jordans and like Supreme. He was
Yeah.
like, "Oh wait, you a whole cop?" So maybe you could be the. But I gotta ask if they had chefs to be our image consultant on how we should dress undercover. Would you do it?
Nah, it's gonna lead to more arrests, bro. It's gonna lead to more arrests.
But it's a
couple
bag.
more cops might get married. You know what I'm saying? We might get them together. We might get you together. You know what I'm saying? But no, because they're not gonna be able to tell. Like, and maybe for that reason we should be grateful. You know, because I don't want to see other people go to
Well, I hope for the next 2 years that I was listening to episode 73 because I'm just curious what we said 2 years ago before the beginning, and we really predicted all of these things because of his record. You especially, because I think you knew
baby.
a lot.
Yeah.
You knew a
He was
lot
close to it.
about what he was about before, but I just hope these next 2 years do not kill New York City. We hanging on by a thread right now. Like, there's no housing for our homeless.
Yeah.
The shelters are overrun with, migrants, and I'm like, that's just the reality of what we're dealing with, right? I go to Home Depot and I see a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
You know what I mean?
What do you see in Home Depot? Lots of products. Like ladders and shit
No,
like
I
that?
see a lot of people looking for work
For day work,
outside,
yeah.
inside, and it's sad. It's really, really sad. I don't have the answers, but I do know that there needs to be like serious like policy work, not on like just a local level, but with nationally to actually bring resources to the city, because it's gonna get bad if it's not handled. And I do think that the pandemic left us on our asses, and a lot of people left, and people don't think about like how that has like triggered us economically. A lot of people left the city, and I don't think we've recovered from that. And to put the migrant crisis on top of it, like there needs to be a serious like long-term plan about how we're gonna bring back economic
Prosperity.
prosperity to New York.
just well, I feel like there's Well, when it comes to New York specifically, like this was a place where anyone could come and make, a miracle happen. And I think we've lost a lot of that. Yeah. We say it in name, but the economic landscape in the city is not very equitable, regardless of how you look at it. So, and then it's important to note that some of these issues that we had in the city were longstanding. They were under de Blasio. They just, were made, they didn't get any better, essentially. Because I remember working out of shelters with ACT teams and stuff, and they were already at capacity doing the function of other industries that they shouldn't have to. But now we're just looking at this thing, because mental illness on the train in specifics is the thing we need to pay attention to. I don't know what the plan is in terms of investing into mental health care services, because there are rights that you do have to make sure you uphold for everyone. Everyone does have a Bill of Rights. But I'm very concerned with the amount of people who are symptomatic on the train station. I'm talking about positive symptoms of delusional thinking. There are people who are actively under the influence way more than we've seen before. I feel like you would see somebody sleeping on the train platform or maybe on a train cart. Now it's every single cart in more than one direction. It's incredible what we're seeing. And I can't imagine, a city like New York City, and especially because I was out of it for a little bit, it's under so much pressure to produce all the time. And I don't even think that pressure cooker has relieved itself much even throughout the pandemic. So now you have people who weren't symptomatic before that are running around with symptoms now. You have no infrastructure for anybody on that spectrum. And people are just left to their own devices on the street with other folks who have no skills on how to manage these things. And so it's like watching I want to call it a horror movie, but like New York City sometimes feels like Gotham now, and it didn't exactly feel like that before.
Which Gotham? The animated series or like the new movie? Like
Not the animated series yet, because I think the animated series might have been a little worse. No,
the new movie with I think Robert Pattinson. It's like 3 hours. That shit is dark. It is.
Then maybe I
didn't enjoy it. It was too long. Pause.
Yikes.
But 3 hours is a lot of movie.
That is a lot. That is a long movie.
But I mean, one thing I want to say in response to that is that we got to get in front of like the mental health crisis, because I've been accosted in a train station. It's like a actually have to work word. I was accosted by a young tough.
Oh no!
At my train station.
Oh no!
The one day I decided I'm going into the office for the free lunch. I get into the train station, and a young tough is smoking reefer in the train station by the shit where you get the. I think it was the MetroCard machine. No, it wasn't the MetroCard machine. It's the MetroCard reader shit where it says if you got money on it or not.
Yeah.
So he's sitting on that smoking reefer, like below grade reefer, like some dirt.
Yeah.
I smell something like shit's offensive to my nostrils. So I walk through. I just walk by and I'm just like this.
Yeah.
In my hand. Right? He's like, yo, you should be happy I'm smoking. You should be happy I ain't doing worse. Fuck out of here.
You all right, bro?
So I look around. I take my headphones off. I'm like, oh. Because people,
you took off the R&B that no one knows you're listening to?
I was jamming out to my Mariah the Scientist. Right? I'm like, oh shit, wait. Who's he yelling at?
Right.
And I got Larissa with me. So she's like, oh, probably nobody. But the people around was looking like,
you.
So I turned. And he's in like his fight stance, like biscuit chest nigga. He was about 130 pounds.
Biscuit. You call him a Biscoff? That's hilarious.
Biscuit chest nigga. He had no weight. But he just like in his like on National Geographic, the young
fighting stance,
like he assumed the fighting, like he was like in a fighting stance, like fuck out of here. But he's looking at me while I say, so I'm like, oh, he's talking to me. Oh shit. And I'm just like, oh shit. Mind you, I got like a whole briefcase.
Yeah.
Like I'm going into the office, so I'm dressed for work.
Yeah.
I'm just like James St. Patrick peacoat. I'm just like, oh shit, he's talking to me. This nigga's talking to me. Ain't that some shit?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
This nigga really talking to me. Ain't that some shit? That's what I said. This little dirt ball talking to me.
And then you ignored him and went to work?
So I then took my, I don't know what it's called, like the shit with the phone on
the tap, like the Omni joint.
Omni, thank you. It's like boop. It's like, oh shit, this shit works. Like, boop. Went inside. I'm like, if he follows me through this shit, then we can shake.
Yeah.
I get it on the other side, and I get his back. He's still like on the other side, like in his stance. And I'm laughing, like
I just
drinking my latte. Like, what is he gonna do? And LaRib's like, just don't look. Just like, fuck that. Like, I'm gonna look. But people on the platform were the older ladies. I could tell they looking like, please just go to work. And the dumbasses was like, yo, I think he's talking to you, my nigga.
Yeah.
And I'm just
they
like,
wanted to see a show.
That's really.
But in my mind, I'm like, I'll beat the dumbasses up first before I beat him up.
Yeah.
But to your mental health standpoint, I'm like, that stuff would never have happened pre-legalization of weed in Manhattan. I never saw anybody, and I've taken the train a lot.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody smoking weed. Not never. Maybe twice in 28 years or so being on the train have I seen somebody like during rush hour smoking. Maybe at night, maybe like obscure times.
I've definitely been on the train with niggas smoking crack. Like, I don't know what train you take, but
my 3 train, listen.
She said smoking crack.
My 3 train, they'll rob you and shit like that, but ain't no crack smoking on the train.
No, I've seen
So the mental health crisis, and I've seen people acting out on the train. Like, I've seen a lot of yelling on the train. I had to tell a nigga one time on the train, because I dropped LaRib off at work, jumped on the train to go into the office, and a dude was coming through the train, like, it wasn't a Showtime nigga, it was like a white bum, and he was coming through being wild aggressive towards people.
Question, do you give white bums your money?
I do. If it's a compelling story, if the narrative is compelling, a compelling narrative, if it's a compelling narrative.
He said if it's compelling.
If it's a compelling narrative.
If it's up for an Emmy, if an Oscar nod,
so he
baby.
moving through, and I moved out of the way. He was like, "You got a problem, man?" And I'm like, "No." Yo, he starts storming back and forth through the train, like pacing. Like, I'm ready to kick some ass on this train. And I'm in the corner, and I'm just like, okay, my stop is next. If he don't touch me, I'm getting off the train. I'm going to work. But if he touch me, like,
what are we gonna? Yeah, what's gonna happen?
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So he paces. My stop comes. Boop boop. And the door's open, and he's at the other end. So I wait for him to come back. I said, I'm getting off here.
Like, follow me?
Because I wanted to see. I was curious. I wanted to see if he really wanted, like, smoke. I smoke cigars, so I wanted to see if he wanted to partake in a cigar. And he chose to not take the invitation. Yeah. He didn't even come to my door. Yeah. He stopped at the door ahead of mine and just started, like, stretching.
Yeah, I mean, oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say where I'm going with that. Sometimes loud don't mean like they actually tough.
Yes.
Oh,
but
they want attention.
But I don't be bingo. So sometimes these dudes be on the train yelling, and it's to the point where I'm a trained dude, like, meaning I'm the kind of guy, I'll get in the train, sweats, suit, whatever, comfortably. And now I'm just like, I'll have LaRib pick me up from like like Barclay. Yeah. Or I'll take a lift from the office. Right?
I don't take the train.
Because
she fancy.
Because I don't feel as comfortable. Like, even more recently, I was on a train and playing my R&B, tapping my feet, and a transplant was on a train with their child who had, I think they were on a spectrum, so they had like either Asperger's or something spectrum related, and they were making mad sounds. And a black dude, this is the point I'm leading up to, and I'm slow dragging it for a reason. So a black dude was like, he get on the train at Franklin, sit down.
I'm almost afraid.
And so I'm on the train. Next stop is Sterling Street. So I'm like, okay, probably gonna go to brunch. I mean, I'm gonna go to happy hour. I'm telling LaRib meet me one of our spots. I'm gonna have some oysters. Probably old fashioned. Yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah, I'd like that. Yo, shut the fuck up. So I'm like, wait, nigga talking to me? My first thought is always, he's not talking to me. Because if he's talking to me, he's talking to me.
Right.
And then I take my, because Beats by Dre is noise canceling. You can't hear
nothing, right.
I take one off, and I hear like the young man who's on the spectrum making sounds.
Oh.
But he's making like sounds, and I'm not going to repeat, like I'm, right?
Right.
I don't want to violate. He's making sounds. Mind you, I have cousins who have like
I have
all types of shit, so I'm very sympathetic to that.
Yeah.
Right? Because shout out to cousin Skeeter. I got a cousin Skeeter. Mm-hmm. I grew up with him, played with us, manhunt, freeze tag, all that. But he's on the spectrum. He's nonverbal, but that's the bro god. Rock with him. That's the bro. So from young, I never viewed people as different because yes, he's different that he don't speak, but that's the bro. Like laughs at all my jokes. Right? Even now, he laughs at all my jokes. He see me, he start laughing. All my jokes. Anytime. Shout out to cousin Skeeter. Anyway, the lady is trying to calm the son down because he's like, yo, shut him the fuck up. Everybody on the train looking at me, and I'm just like,
what am I supposed to do?
This James St. Patrick Peacoat don't mean I'm gonna do shit.
Right.
It's mean I come from work like y'all is. And I glance over, and he's just like, he's looking at me like for approval, like, yeah, like this nigga's mad fucking loud. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. Yo, shut the fuck up.
You can have PTSD, and a lot of people are triggered by like loud sounds.
I don't know. He realized at first that on the other end of the car, it was the lady with her son. So when she calmed him down and sat him down, he looked over and realized it was a kid, and I could tell in his face that he felt bad.
Yeah.
And then my stop came, so I just got off.
We don't know the moral end of the story at all.
But I think to Jazzy's point, and I posted this early on Threads, when transplants come here, they don't understand the cultural norms. The city's very big on respect. On a train, don't step on nobody's foot without saying sorry. Don't get in nobody's space. Don't sit too close. And transplants come here on a regular basis, put their dogs on seats. They violate our cultural norms on a regular basis, and that triggers people on a regular basis. On a regular basis, people, I see it all the time on the train. People get triggered. Sometimes I'll be halfway triggered, and I'm like, nah, Dr. P would get mad at me for even engaging some shit like that. Yeah. Right? But it's like the changing of the city.
Because that therapy worked, child.
Yeah. Yeah.
We thank her.
I'm delivered. Right? Like, you realize that half the time people are acting out on things that old New York, it wouldn't be like old New York. I bumped Tufts. And it's like, oh, pardon me, fam. Hey, yo, fam, that ain't about nothing. Have a good one. Yeah. Now, sometimes if dude really is on some bullshit, then it is what it is. Yeah. But more often than not, it's the cats getting bumped, and baby mom's already beefing with them. To Jazzy's point, baby mom's already beefing. They just lost their job, and then they getting bumped by some Karen that don't think it's a big deal. He's like, yo, watch out, bitch. Yep. Oh my gosh, NYPD, right? It's true. So that shit's playing out on a regular basis. Yes, yeah. Right? So that's part of the fabric that's fucking the city up, because then with homelessness, I see that a lot. Every train I'm on, at least 2 cars is full on, like...
Yeah, people sleeping on...
which is to
the
me...
unhoused.
The unhoused. I'd rather unhouse the niggas playing music with no headphones. Because that shit is a problem.
Fact.
Yeah. I've seen them launch like courtesy campaigns on the MTA recently.
I saw them shits.
Yeah. And like I get it, but I think the long-standing issue has been that but New York City's always been marketed as this super tough place where nobody gives a fuck about you and da-da-da. But like, it's the towns for us that we from here, like, don't look at no shit you shouldn't be looking at. Don't ask nobody no dumb shit that you're not supposed to be asking. Say excuse me. That's one. Unless you got hands to back up.
We're also polite though.
No, but it's true. There is a woman. Dang, I really don't remember how I came across this clip. But one of the things on the internet, this woman was making the comparison between New York City and San Diego.
Yes, I know that.
You've seen it, yeah. Where she just essentially said that New Yorkers are like assholes, but they're very helpful.
Yes, basically
we're not nice.
We're not nice.
We're kind.
Yes, we're kind.
So most places they're nice but not kind. We're kind but not nice.
But not nice.
So example is like in the Bay Area, you have a flat tire. Hi, good morning. You got a whole flat.
Oh, good luck with that flat, child.
Right, they ain't helping you. Here,
Right.
this fucking guy.
Yeah.
You got a fucking Benz and you can't change your fucking tire. Watch out, buddy.
Yeah.
Watch out. I'm a jacket about changing for you.
Mm-hmm. You're not gonna get forward. Move out the way.
Watch out, buddy. Watch your last 10 minutes. Forget about it. Watch out. We'll change it for you though. Or it's like like the guy harassing women on the train. Listen, buddy, I'm trying to get home. Leave her the fuck alone, all right?
Yeah.
Or you got to deal with me.
Yeah.
Or, even the lady with the stroller, like at least in Old Brooklyn.
Yeah.
What
help?
Men didn't. Like, I was raised, don't sit on the train. If it's women on the train, don't sit down.
Yeah.
And then two with the stroller shit. And I felt bad at the time I was at Utica, and I'd be like, I would try to get on the train, head down.
2 flights at Utica.
Head down, I'm like this. Because it was always like women trying to make eye contact.
Like it was
4 sexy red looking chicks trying to make eye contact with a stroller. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yo, they're sexy.
I'm mad tired. And I'm like, oh shit. Because at Utica, it's the regular steps and it's the other steps.
Yeah.
So you got 2 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
Most other stations like Saratoga, you got steps going down. So it's mad going down. Most of my stations got just going down to just like 1 set of steps. Utica had 2. And it was mad steps.
Yeah, they're kind of steep.
Yeah.
So I mean, but what now happens is that I get on the train, I got a foot injury I'm nursing, and everybody, mama, with big backs and thighs won't let me sit down. I be trying to just sit in the corner. Yo, we got women spread now. Women spreading is an epidemic.
What is the women? Did you?
What are
women
they
spreading is an
spreading
epidemic.
with?
They thighs. Women spreading
thick thighs
is an
save
epidemic.
lives.
Okay.
No, they do.
Not on the train.
Thick thighs save lives, but not on the train. MTA, you're welcome. You can use that as a slogan. Because the issue is that right now, men like myself who have a legitimate foot injury can't sit. So therefore, I'm forced to stand. That's it. But then you also got, what bothers me more is the dude with I was told by Larissa, it's a tote bag. Tote bag?
Yeah.
Okay. Men with tote bags sitting down instead of women. I'd rather.
Wait. It's specifically the men with tote bags that sit.
Like a canvas bag.
All the toughs go. Yes, all the toughs go in the court. Pardon me, miss. You can sit. It's the dudes with the tote bags. Like,
are you saying they're a part of a particular community?
I'm not. I'm saying that they're weirds for not letting women sit down. Listen, bro, tote bag or not, let the women sit down, bro. Let the ladies sit down. I got one good foot, and I still stand on the train with one good foot. And I gotta go to Manhattan. I got one good foot, and still let ladies sit down on the train with one good foot. Mm-hmm. Don't have a kid. You got kids? Go ahead, man.
In closing, what are we hoping for Mr. Adams to do for us in 2024?
Mr. Adams, I'm probably gonna see you outside soon. We be in the same rooms. We be in the same rooms, bro.
You say hi to him?
I don't. His detail be looking at me like I'm gonna run down. No, bro. I'm not in these places to talk. I'm here to eat, drink, and mingle. Mm-hmm. Eric, I've known of you. We met like 6 times already. You don't know who I am. It's cool. It's cool.
What?
A long time ago, I worked in politics.
You did?
I did.
He was in Albany.
I was in Albany.
He was in Albany. He was with the big dogs.
I did.
Step with the big dogs.
I was a stepper.
Yo, this whole thing.
Eric, listen.
Yes, joke.
I've been told by people that rock with you that you actually doing mad dope shit, but that's not promoted by the rags we call newspapers in New York. Fine. But let your, be the bearer of good news and let your peoples them do the bad news. But more importantly, show us you care about us in the, I guess, middle class? Yeah. Middle, right? Sounds good.
Left of it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like humble. Show us you care about us in the middle class.
Right.
Show us you care. That's what Next year, show us you care. Don't cut services.
No, you really care if he cares. I don't care if you care. I just want you to run the city well. I want you to save your legacy. You have 2 years. Do something. I know you got a lot going on. But
stop saying shit like, don't interfere with my cops. Because I know a politician that passed a bill that forces transparency and lets us record cops. And that's also, we have the ability to record cops. Social media, they gonna get recorded. So don't say shit like, my cops. They're my cops too. And if people on the corner of Ashford and Stanley sending footage of a bad stop, don't say we need more evidence. They showed you the entire fucking encounter, bro.
Yeah.
If you don't want to say shit, cool. Let CCRB, shout out to Tish at AG's office. What's happening?
In fact.
Let them do what they do then. Get out the way. Don't say shit then. If you don't want to speak against cops and Pat Lynch, shout out to Ed Mullins doing his bid right now. Corrupt ass. Ed Mullins. Oh, you ain't here? Ed Mullins, Sergeants, Benevolent Association, head of that, got caught up stealing money.
No.
$600,000.
No, I didn't
that was
know
a while
about
ago,
that.
no?
Recently, but he doing a Fed stretch.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying, the NYPD is not above reproach. So, Eric, let people that want to hold them accountable.
I want to see a New York for New Yorkers.
Right.
$4 heroes.
Come on, bring it back. Well, like,
Stop calling them subs.
Like, no, first of all, no. Can we real quick just take a hot second? Let me put the money down.
Yeah. I'm taking off my hat.
Somebody sent Keith Lee.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Oh, shit. I was not going to do this.
Somebody sent Keith Lee to a corner store to get salmon. A salmon, egg, and cheese. First of all.
Salmon chopped cheese.
Whatever.
Right.
Whatever. That ain't the point, because we don't even know what the fuck that is, for real.
So, I'm sorry. I'm from Brooklyn, and I barely know what a chopped cheese is.
First of all, because it's a Harlem thing.
That
it's
is
an uptown thing.
thing.
It's an uptown thing, so I would never jack that. I couldn't tell you where in Brooklyn to get a fire chopped cheese. Not our shit. But to get seafood out the corner store is crazy. Crazy. Whoever is speaking on behalf of the city,
please shut up. Please shut up.
I wasn't going to do this, but Savoir now has food reviews because of the same. Reason why we're doing food reviews now is because to do a food review in the town, you got to be from the town.
Right.
Because if I talk my shit and someone says, who's he? Technically in the comments will be like, oh, he's
y'all
from here.
had Keith Lee eating a salmon chopped
But also,
cheese.
I added Keith Lee and I said, yo, what he really needed to do was a borough by borough, pick 5 places.
In each borough.
So in Manhattan, hit up Haji's, hit up Carmine's, hit up whatever.
Yeah, but then it's like, how does he know? How can he tell the difference between the people that are recommending him? Like, he's just like, these people recommend.
Top 5 most voted places in each borough. Just go there.
Right, but voted by who?
By his followers.
Right, but what I'm saying, like, she's made the point is like, somebody that's a transplant to New York is going to have different recommendations and a different perspective about what is good and what is not. And so, like, how is he supposed to be able to tell the difference? But so, thank God we have you now. Yeah.
So, part of that, too, is that I'm highlighting spots that I rock with certain food dishes. But part of the issue, too, is that everybody's coming here, Eric, and they're like, I'm here at Restaurant X having, oh my gosh, the mac and cheese. Eat like.
Yeah.
Y'all don't understand what we went through to be able to be New Yorkers, man.
No, listen. What you're saying is absolute facts, which is why I said, like, I want to see New York for New Yorkers. I often tell people, I think it's a very privileged position to grow up somewhere and be able to establish your own family there. Yep. It's a very privileged position that a lot of us in New York don't have. Yep. Like, we can't be like, yeah, I'm going to buy a house right here on Maple in Bedford. Hell no. You got a couple M's, then maybe you can, but your family, but it does something to you on the other side when you recognize that your family was good enough to kind of keep it afloat when shit wasn't sweet.
Right. And now you they're discardable.
Yeah, now you can get rid of them.
I will say this past Christmas, seeing my block empty, I was like, oh,
wow.
That's because all the people that live here are transplants.
Like,
literally, my I can't get a parking space.
Wow.
On my, well, that's a lie. I get a park, but that's because I be manifesting. But generally, there is not a lot of parking on my block, and it was empty, like rows of parking. And I'm like, oh. Like, these people are not of,
And it
they are
happens
not the
so
original
quick.
settlers.
If you're not from here, use 311 sparingly. Right? Chill out with that shit. I'm built like that.
Oh, right.
So I could do
Please.
311. I'm 311
Yeah,
Thanos.
Please.
I heard that Woodlands was coming back too.
I
They
did.
not
I
black.
heard.
They not black owned.
Oh,
They were?
They not.
They were
Oh,
never.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't think
86
they were
that.
never.
We'll erase that. But so the thing is, the spot that Keith Lee went to for the salmon chopped cheese, my homeboy just came home from doing couple I think like 11 or something like that in the feds.
Lord.
And
Where he found salmon in there?
shout out to Ox. Shout out to Ox in general. Shout out to Ox in general. Their whole point is they're giving you a spin on regular bodega food. So they purposely created that as like a spin on bodega food. And they reached out to him directly, yo, try it out. Keith Lee was just like, yo, I ain't. But that's the thing. Keith Lee needed a tour guide, somebody like us to kind of be like, yo, bro, pick 5 spots, vote. Like, say, listen, every followers for every borough, give me 5 spots, and I'm gonna go to the 5 spots. Because even when we were in the Breakfast Club, they were like, so what do you do? It was a bad interview in the Breakfast Club. It wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
He actually did his best to save the interview.
I thought the interview was fine.
Because he did his best to
right.
save
No,
it.
he was very well versed. Not
Yeah.
well versed, but
Media training.
Very articulate.
Yeah,
and
nah.
I
He
shouldn't
saved the
say
interview.
that about the black man.
Well,
But
he had media training.
yeah.
He saved the interview. It wasn't his fault the interview was semi-trash. It was their fault, which we're not surprised. They got way more other shit going
Is
on.
right.
Right, exactly.
Who's still there?
Exactly, right, exactly.
Okay.
They
Right.
just made Jess hilarious
Right, I
a
saw
permanent
that.
host.
No, we're not happy. Nobody said.
Oh, no, we got it.
Let me shut the hell up. Let me
I don't
shut
know
up,
we got
child.
here.
I don't know.
Jess.
She's been the best of the ones they had up there. But
I don't watch the show. I only catch the.
they gotta get rid of the
interviews after they
Tuesday,
drop.
Saturday, like get rid of the Baltimore accent. Get that
She
shit out of
has
there.
horrible takes. I
Who's
just
this?
think Jess
Jess?
hilarious. She's from Wildin' Out.
Yeah. No, I know she is. But I only catch like.
And the words of Corey Holcomb, just unhilarious. He be volleying her.
Corey Holcomb be wilding from the
Problematic.
He be wild.
Wilding from the Raptors. But anyway,
So no, honestly, so I rock with them because that's my cousin homie spot.
Okay.
And they purposely try to do stuff that are more cutting edge, but they from the towns. He opened that up. It's like they trying to do something more meaningful. So salmon chopped cheese was their way to kind of make it like a Queens thing.
Okay.
And I understand, by us being us as New York City with purists, nah, fuck that. But we got low hanging fruit. Like, go to your corner store and tell them, yo, that's not a sub, that's a hero.
Right.
Right?
But I mean, even in the language though, because like I remember a few weeks ago, somebody was like, "Yeah, a little cousin of mine, because I don't have TikTok, and I think it's the greatest thing that I could have done for myself was to stay off of it.
Never downloaded.
But they had sent me something where it was a trend for kids to like go in there and say they want a sandwich the Aki way, and I was
That's somewhere else, which is wild. So
I've never walked into a
no, it's a spot where you go to, and Aki way, like you can say, I want turkey and cheese on a honey bun with a croissant with oxtails and a beef patty the Aki way. And so people go there and they make like bespoke sandwiches, and then Keith Lee went there and said, yo, the beef patty wasn't like it wasn't him, it was Chime Time. The beef patty was old because they basically make like, it started out beef patty, oxtail, mac and cheese with like oxtail gravy on cocoa bread. And now people go in the Aki way, they'll say, like if I went there, I would say, yo, let me get pepper turkey, pepper jack, chipotle mayo, lettuce, on a cronut or a croissant. Right? That's what I would order.
okay.
Right? But people be ordering like, huh?
I'm trying to follow. Yeah.
Oh, it is, but it's mad good. Because it's the sweet from the cronut with the pepper. Anyway. People be ordering like a honey bun with like turkey and cheese or whatever on a honey bun with like cocoa bread. Like they open the weirdest shit the Aki way is like, don't forget the bev. It's like first you crack the egg, so he makes the sandwich with the person. So it's like rappers, like
And the Aki way is just so that
they see him making it, they make it with him, and it's like, don't forget the Bev, and then they walk out.
I still don't
so
like
this
it.
is like a branded.
It's a branding
Yeah.
thing,
Oh, okay.
and they'll spend like $35, whatever. But so Chime Time went there. It was like, yo, I got tuna. Like, why the fuck you come here ordering a tuna salad, bro?
Yeah. It's
I'm from here. I don't eat tuna
again.
salad.
Seafood again
I like
from
a good
the
tuna
corner.
salad.
But it's also
I do too, but from the
it was out the can. No, I love tuna
Don't
salad
take
too. But it's also
getting
people
into
coming
that.
here. Like our culture, Eric, has been so bastardized that now you got people, and it kills me.
Blame
People,
Eric Adams for salmon chopped cheese. That's very.
yo,
That's
it's-
a stretch.
it's
I would even give him a break for that.
Yo, even people now got like sneaker conventions, and you got these super squares. Like, let's say I walk into the spot to buy sneakers. You got people selling sneakers. Yeah, son. So I'm selling those sneakers. I need $3K for those sneakers. All right, well, let's flip a coin. And it's like, if it's a celebrity, hey, celebrity JazzE, you like these sneakers? These are $3,000. Would you buy these? And you're like, fuck no, right? But it's like they at your shoulder, like, oh, would you buy these? Which ones are you interested in? It's like people feel like they can participate in every aspect of New York culture because they got a camera.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's.
But that's
weird.
what I mean about the Aki way part that I don't like, because I don't think it's in alignment with the way that New Yorkers will order their food.
No.
One, first of all, I remember a time you're not just randomly calling any of these niggas Ak too, BTW. You had to know them.
Yeah.
You had to know them.
You get cursed out.
Yeah, I mean, cause what if
I
it's
know
not
this,
their
I know.
name? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we joking now. We know that a lot of them, I've seen in
Shout out to
Brooklyn,
my ox and my corner
the
stores.
change where they'll call the store Habibi and stuff like that, but that wasn't what was on the name, the front door of the establishment. If you calling anybody Ak, you know them. Poppy, you know them. You know, that's why some of you don't even know the difference between what
never
you
did
order
Poppy. I never
at
did Poppy,
Poppy's
though.
bodega versus what you ordering at Ak. You looking for pork at Ak spot when Poppy the only one that's gonna give it to you, but you saying dumb shit because you're not really from here. And I just feel like there are just some nuanced things that grant you permission to use those words that we glaze over because of the culture.
I think there's like blurred lines with like TikTok
yeah.
and like people, even like vernacular, the way
Yeah.
people speak. And I think that there is generally now this like one glazed over sound of
Everything.
like everyone.
Yeah,
Like,
powered by black people though. Like that's
also that by blacks and the gays.
Yep.
And that's where the
black
language, the sound is coming from. And everyone sounds the same. So you really don't like. I don't think they know what is actual New York City culture versus like,
Yeah.
you know, from TikTok. Like
Yeah.
I don't.
But
know.
that's why it's important. Like doing
Eric.
doing the food reviews is really smart, right? I do know that there was a food reviewer that Keith Lee did reach out to, I believe, or reached out to him.
Was it me?
No, but it was I wasn't familiar with this guy, but he had suggested aunts and uncles to him.
Oh,
He had
okay, nice.
so he went to every borough and was like, "Yo, you're gonna go to this spot out in Jackson Heights, Queens, and that's where you're gonna get. Or there's a mom and pop shop. They sell the best roti, and I could believe some of the picks because I know Jackson Heights.
Trinity City.
Yeah, yes. I think he did suggest them.
And he went to someone around the corner because they
Yep.
were like, "Oh, we got enough people. Their
Yeah.
lines are always out the door." So they're like, "There's a new spot. Like,
check
right,
them
go
out."
check them out."
And so, but I love that dude's reviews because he did like go to this spot in Chinatown, go to this spot in the Queens, in the Bronx. And a lot of them, in my opinion, were like mom and pops that just had the name, the reputation. So I like that. But like all of the jacking of the language and shit, it be blowing mine sometimes. I'm
But
like,
it's also,
bro, like.
it's also just like, I actually like Keith Lee and Chime Time.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also like, y'all got to understand, this is New York, so and they said, we carry it different because we're prideful, but it's also like, what qualifies you to come here and feel like you have standing to rate our places?
Yeah.
But what I like about Keith Lee and Chime Time is like, yo, listen, it's our opinion, and I'm soliciting, like they'll say, tell me where to go.
Yeah.
Like, I can appreciate that. But I also feel like there's people from New York that do food reviews, white, black, Filipino. I love them because if you're from here, it don't matter what your background is. If you grew up here, you grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, my take is still that you got to be from where I'm from.
Right.
The same cloth, the same kind of, right? I don't want somebody from Bensonhurst telling me where the best roti is. Sorry.
That's not nice.
Sorry.
He said somebody from Bensonhurst.
You can't tell me who the best roti is. Or pizza either, because best pizza I had is
But
in
are
Brownsville.
these people saying that it's the best
No.
or they enjoy their experience?
It's just enjoy. But so
I think the latter, Jazzy.
if you're from the town, you're excluded from the slander.
Yeah.
But it's the new ones that's like, we're here at Spot X. We had the macaroni and cheese, and it was so delicious. Shut up! Shut up! Eric, it's your fault.
It's the folks that put all the seasoning on the side for me. Like, can I have a jerk chicken, but the jerk on the side?
Right?
How they do that?
And then, like,
How are you having jerk chicken then? If
we
the
went
jerk's on
to
the side?
Steph's, and we had the grioche, and we also had a herring patty, and it was so fluffy and light. Oh my gosh! And we broke it apart like, who is this for? Like, why? It's like, seeing my culture packaged and resold.
That's what
crazy to me.
I mean, because that. But what are we looking at? We're looking at Instagram, TikTok. These are platforms that were not made by you. Like, the product is inventory-less. You are the product. The content's the product. So we're just watching regular behavior that has been going on go on, because this homogenous, kind of feeling that you're feeling around language and stuff like that. That's what's happening to the hood. This is why everybody's neighborhood is disappearing, so it could look like the other neighborhood just 2 blocks up. All of it is the same. Like, we like this. Let's just smear it on everything, and it's really, really annoying. So it's important, though, that people who are honest about their being from the place, representing the place, like, have to be, they have to take their place, or else, you will lose it. It's just facts. I love that Keith Lee puts money in people's pockets. That's why I like him.
That's what, and
it's very like,
I want to go to one of the places he did, the Taste of Heaven spot.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go there.
Yeah,
and that Bronx pizza spot. I don't go to the Bronx.
But you go if he,
You want your pernil?
No, I don't eat pork. I don't eat pernil.
Okay.
That's pork.
Sorry.
But I'll
like my bad.
I'll grab a giant slice. But but he is all about spreading. I can't hate a dude that's about spreading positive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He needs positivity.
Yeah. All we could do is hope that he gets better coaches, because, baby, I don't know who sent you to that corner store, but fire. And I know them your peoples.
By proxy. But listen,
Look,
Keith Lee,
no
you ever come
shade
back, we got
there.
you in Brooklyn at least. I can't
Yeah.
guarantee Manhattan. I get you right in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Next topic. As we roll into 2024, America, Black America specifically, we just want to help you out, right? JazzE might not be on this on a regular basis, or Chef Suit either, but they still around, and they wanted me to tell y'all something. They don't want to say it, but I'm gonna tell it to y'all, right?
Sam, help.
I'm gonna fall on the sword for them, right? Our community got a lot of things that we got to tackle, which we will discuss shortly. The things we don't need to tackle anymore, the things we don't need to tackle anymore are as follows. Where you won't eat at. I got news for you. In the words of Stephen A. Smith, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care.
We don't care.
We don't care. Where you won't eat on your first date or your third date, we don't give a damn. We don't care. Fellas, that feel fake important because you got 3 or 4s on your couch and you trying to shit on women that you feel like you're intellectually better than, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. I promise you. We don't care, bro. We don't care. Like, you trying to shit on women because you think they are lesser than intellectually, or you think they're women that are, highly saturated and whatever.
Highly saturated?
And stuff.
And what?
I was looking for clarity too, but legit.
We don't care. We don't care. Right? $200 dates and dating conversations and
we don't care.
Sexcapades, and we don't care. I promise you, we don't care, because there's way more important shit in our community that we need to tackle than sexcapades, chain restaurant dating, and whatever weird shit that you niggas want to talk about for the sake of the same 3 or 4 likes from the same 3 or 4 people. So I'm just saying that because I don't watch y'all shit. My friends do, and they tired of hearing this shit. So I'm just putting it out there, please.
So there's an oversaturation in relationship talk, and you think it is unnecessary.
But JazzE, it's not even relationships. It's not like, oh my gosh, this week I took Jartrell to cheesecake.
What name is that?
John Terrell.
I mean, I retired Bartavius and the others, right?
What was Tyreek?
There were
Tyreek was
many.
the kid.
Yeah.
Tyreek was the kid.
Bartavius is my favorite name. Though.
But it's like,
I can't lie.
they're not talking relationships. Everybody's talking about what they not going to do.
Right.
And I go through their profiles, and it's like, well, clearly, okay, maybe in the gram you're not putting everything.
Right.
But it's like, you don't seem repeatable. Like, you don't seem like the kind of person that a nigga's going to take you out to more than one place. You seem like the type instead that's going to order
I'm trying to block
2
the
entrees
strays
to go.
with the money.
Right? You ordering the porthouse for yourself, greedy, and then you ordering a whole nother steak or serve and turf to go plus
For the
4
kids.
sides.
They gotta eat too.
So you're not repeatable.
I think that is a good point, that we should not be talking about dating so much in the and getting into the minutia of dating, because I think a lot of the stuff that people talk about is really personal preferences,
Highly subjective.
and very subjective based on your upbringing, where you are in life, and it really only pertains to like particular groups. But I do think a more interesting topic is the state of marriage, because I feel like, is dating not for the purpose of settling down at some point?
Our generation, yeah.
Right. But
But this generation is skewing and
Not our generation, not all that lit neither. Like there is. I'm not
it's
saying
a pissy dating pool.
Well, no. So here's something. Well, I didn't want to cut anybody else's wisdom, but like for me, I don't repeat things like the dating pool is pissy and shit. I don't, because like I get pretty. I mean, I be alright. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
You get tributes. We know from some
I'm
of
just saying. No, I've encountered my fair share of ridiculousness too, but I feel like that.
Ridiculousness.
Yes. Yes.
Double entendre.
But I do feel like what you say about the power of life and death is in your tongue. So if you're like, oh, the dating pool
all
is
that niggas
trash,
is horrible,
all these niggas ain't
that's
shit,
what you're gonna
that's
get.
what you're gonna get. Like, so I don't like to repeat things like that, because I don't really find me to be in alignment with that stuff. But when I tell you, some of the most single men out there on the streets are married. Some of the most single men I have met are married men. And I'd be like, I'm not sure what you were doing here. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is nothing.
Like separated, married,
I mean, you're still not divorced.
polygamous, polygamous. Sorry,
I guess I will lump them. I will lump them all in, whatever. My thing is, if I'm sitting with you and we're having tacos or whatever, that steak you were just talking about, is there a chance that somebody else is going to walk up to this table and they would be upset that I'm sitting here with you? If the answer is yes, in any of that variation, that means you don't need to be sitting here. You know what I'm saying?
can't help who we like, though.
Yes, you can help what you do with that. Yes, you can.
Can't help who we like or we lust.
No, yes, you can. You can help what you do about that. And so,
The flesh is weak.
to your point, I have seen a lot of like super single, not so single men out here. Really,
But you can't attack the issues in the marriage.
Well, there's not an attack on the institution of
sounds like
marriage.
one.
I think it's an evaluation of
It
it.
sounds like you hate married men. That's what it sounds like.
No, I mean,
I think that there's an aversion by a large group of men to be married, which is funny because they're the ones that benefit the most from marriage. So men.
As I've said several,
like I don't want that.
as I've said several times on this podcast.